Brandon here, TripleBeard.com. I'm talking to Juston McKinney. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you for having me, Brandon.
Well, I'm glad you're on here. So how long have you been doing the comedian gig?
I've been doing stand-up for 15 years now.
Nice. And I understand at a young age you were around a lot of police officers?
Yeah, they were over my house a lot growing up because of arresting my dad.
Yeah, and you became a cop yourself, right?
Yeah, 19 years old, I was a cop. I did it for like 7 years.
So after you became a cop, you got into doing the DARE program. You took your own advice and became a comedian for following your dreams in it, right?
That's correct. It was a little bit of, and it was kind of dangerous. I tell people being a cop in the woods in Maine that I almost died in the line of duty 3 times. I slipped on the ice, got bit by a tick, and I hit a deer. No, it was something that I wanted to do early on, and I dabbled in it while I was still a cop, and moved down to Boston, and then next thing I know, I was in New York, and then I was in L.A.
I'm really excited for your comedy special you're going to have because you're really due for one. I mean, that's for sure. I mean, you've had a TV show almost twice now.
2 development deals with CBS Productions, Warner Brothers Studio, and then I also had a deal with Comedy Central, all for my own show, all for sitcom type based stuff. And I've had the half hour on Comedy Central Presents, but this is my first 1 hour special.
I really can't wait for this to come out. I got the chance to catch it already, and it's amazing. It's called Middle Class Hole, which is a wonderful name. You seem like a real normal guy. I mean, there's a lot of comedians out there that are really intimidating, and they throw swear words in every 4 seconds. But you don't have to do that. Like, you got your own thing going. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think, it's just the way it came out. It doesn't mean that if I'm in a nightclub, I don't, go a little bit bluer, but that's just the way the special worked. I wasn't trying to do it any way or not, but I think you're right. I think through it, I don't know that they've got to bleep too much of that.
It's cool that you're really relatable, though, because, I mean, I don't have any kids myself yet, but, like, you also recently, you did a music video, and I just watched it. It's the New Dad State of Mind. It's a rap video, rapping about being a new dad. I freaking loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Well, that is good, because if you don't have kids, you're right. And it's funny, because I try to do material that even if you don't have kids, you can kind of relate. Like the daycare bit being like a frat house. I feel like I pull in college kids on that bit.
Oh, yeah, I love that bit. Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense, too, once you think about it like that.
Yeah.
So what else have you got plans for? Like, do you have any other dreams and aspirations you're going to try to go for?
So there's a few things in the works now. I've got an animated show that I'm shopping around called The Shelf Life, which is basically a cartoon. The premise right now is that it's the pantry in Snoop Dogg's kitchen that when they all come to life, all the snacks when he closes the door. And it's, crackers, brownies, nachos, fortune cookies, and they all kind of come to life and live in this world. That's an animated show we're shopping around. And then obviously Middle Class Hole. I mean, the characters on my street and in my world, I feel it's really ripe for something. This community that everybody is trapped there because of the housing market kind of a thing, I think lends itself for a lot of comedy.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you're actually planning on doing that for a show, too? That'd be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I would. I mean, some of the characters that aren't even in the special that are on my street, as well. I mean, I think I just touch on a couple of them. My New Hampshire State Trooper neighbor and my Bob the Builder neighbor, I think are the two on each side of me. But, up and down my street, it's full of, it's a really funny world, and I think that, it's definitely, ripe for comedy. So we'll see. We'll see if maybe I can, spin this into, something to sell.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, because, I mean, those are, I love those kind of shows. They don't really have those anymore. You don't have, like, the neighborhood comedies like Everyone Loves Raymond and all that stuff. Like, there's been this new thing with comedy recently, and there's been a huge web series push, too. And if I understand correctly, you were talking about a web series possibly as well?
I'm talking about a couple different ideas for web series. Yep, I don't know which one I'm going to go after now, because I've got a few show ideas. But definitely I'm going to take one of my ideas and work to get shooting it this summer for a web series.
Nice. Well, as soon as you do that, I want to be there for that. I gotta come check that out.
I will totally. I'll get it right off to you, especially because I know you do a lot of that.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I really enjoy. So now, I want to talk really quick more about Middle Class Hole, which is your Comedy Central 1 hour special. It's going to be airing on Saturday at 11 p.m. Eastern Pacific. So tell me more about that. Like, how long did it take you to get that one going, and like how fun was it filming in Spokane?
Well, it was definitely, in 2006 was when I moved back to New Hampshire from LA, so that's kind of where it all kind of started to develop a few years ago, and I just started putting it together, and then it was 2000, actually it filmed last fall. It filmed in October of '09, so it actually filmed last fall, so, and it was Spokane, which was good. I mean, I've never performed in Spokane before. It was actually a decision. My manager was shooting another special at the same time. So it was one of those things where I kind of used that audience because the audience was already there.
Oh, awesome.
So it was kind of like one of those. So it was really one of those things where I felt I had to win the audience over kind of deal. They weren't necessarily coming to see me necessarily. So it was very interesting.
I bet they're glad that they did, though, because they sound like they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, totally. It's like it was totally. They got like an extra. They got to see me and another guy do this. I went first and did an hour plus. My DVD, which this will be released as, is an hour and 10 minutes long. So I actually did an hour and 10, and Comedy Central cut it down to 44 for the special.
Okay. So, like, it'll be a little bit uncut for everyone that wants to pick up the DVD.
Exactly. There's like 25 minutes on the DVD that's not on that special. Yep.
Nice. And can we get that DVD from your website?
Yeah, you can get it because there's a link to Amazon. So you actually got to go, because it's released by Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So it's actually Warner Brothers and Amazon. So it's not like I've got another one on there that's directly through me, but it's my old DVD, but this one was released on Warner Brothers. Are you in Los Angeles?
Actually, no. I try to fool people, so my phone number for my Skype is actually in LA. I'm hiding up in Oregon. I'm in Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh, where Nike is.
Yeah, I'm actually right down the street from Nike. I can see the big swoosh right now. It's just
oh my god,
in my window.
Oh, it's so funny, man. I own the trademark to Suck It Up. It's a sports phrase I bought years ago, and Nike started using it at Dick's Sporting Goods. Suck It Up. In all these stores out here, so I'm trying to. They use it on their signs. I'm to get them to use it on. I'm trying to get them to use it to license it and put it on shirts. It's like, just do it with more attitude, right?
Oh, seriously, I completely agree with you.
So, hey, if you can make anything happen, then I'll give you a cut. If you can, you're right down the street.
I'll go protest. I'll go stand up there.
You make that happen, and you got a piece of it. I'm like, you're my contact.
I will. I'll grab my strange neighbors, and we can go do that, because I would say that Beaverton, Oregon is definitely the Portsmouth of Oregon.
Yeah, well, that's why it's funny. That's why I know where that is, because my lawyer had to send a letter over there just saying, we own that trademark, and their response was, well, we're not putting it on clothing. We're just using it at point of sale. But that's why I know where that is.
You should try to get them back by using a point of sale for Just Do It.
But that's right. You know what? That's exactly was my response. I'm like, yeah. What if I did that? Exactly. What if I did that? And I'll tell you, it was kind of a funny story, because a few years before that happened, they're Dick's Sporting Goods. I had somebody try to get Suck It Up into Dick's Sporting Goods, and they thought that the word suck, suck it up, it was a little too suggestive. And I'm like, this is a store named Dick's that sells balls. I go, you're worried about Suck It Up?
All right, well.
But anyway, I know we got off track there, but that was a little extra.
That we did. But once again, I'll say when your special is going to be. It's going to be this Saturday, June 26th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard and Pacific Time. So everyone check that out. It's the Juston McKinney, a middle class hole. You can also pick it up on his website through Amazon. And well, thank you very much for getting on the phone with me here.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate it, man. Have a great summer.
All right, you too.
All right.
Bye bye.